Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Felsie Brown. I am 27 years old and I'm from the UK. In this video I'm going to talk about my decision to booking a one-way ticket to Peru with hardly any plans, and I am 2 months to go, 2 months before my flight. So what am I going to talk about? Number one, I'm going to talk about my reasons why. Number two, I'm going to talk about what I've had to do to get to where I am right now. And number three, I really want to give some advice to people that want to do something similar or think similarly, but they're just not sure whether it is the right decision. And I'm also going to give you a little overview of my current plans. It's not a lot, but there we go. I'm going to give you a quick overview. And lastly, if you want to stick around to the end, I'm going to give you a little room tour, a tour of my current living situation. Let's get into it. So let's get into the reasons why. Why have I done this? Why Peru? Why one-way ticket? Why? First foremost one is I've always loved travelling. I've always enjoyed it, and it started very young when my dad first introduced me to a new country that wasn't Disneyland or anything like this. It was actually in Paris, and we was walking around the city, and I remember I was only like 12 or 13, but I remember being just so captivated by everything, seeing the new buildings and the strange languages, and everything was so alien and it was so different to back home that I just wanted more. It just started this hunger to draw and feel inspired and tasting new foods, and everything started from there really. And yes, let's start with why Peru first. So Peru, number one, when I was 16, I used to ride motorbikes. Like, I always wanted to go travelling, riding a motorbike and riding around different countries with my motorbike. That was my main thing. And I come across a film called Motorcycle Diaries, and it's about Che Guevara's life, his early life before he became a revolutionist, and he was a doctor in Argentina, and he got on a motorbike with his friend, and he just did a whole lap of the country, and then he realised how much the country needed so much help, and that's what inspired him to start his revolution. And I remember being so in awe of this country that he was travelling and seeing, and then he stopped at one place which was Machu Picchu, and I remember watching it at 16 years old and thinking, okay, like, this is some CGI, like, this is not real. And then I googled it, and then I saw this city in the sky, and I was like, huh? It just blew my mind. Like, I'd never seen anything like it. And then I just started learning more and more, and I had this obsession with the country. And then I was like, right, now I need to learn Spanish. Now I need to plan a motorcycle trip with my motorcycle and go travel first to Spain and travel from the UK to France, and then go all the way down to Spain on my motorbike, and then I'll be ready to go tackle South America on my motorbike. Like, I'm gonna do this, right? And it started from there, and I started to learn a bit of Spanish. And what happened is, as years progressed, I was saving money and I was learning more of the language, but there was always something in the way, there was always a barrier. And as I got older, you know, excuses escalated to why I couldn't do it, and it was such a big dream. And even when I was at university, I did Spanish again, and I did my presentation on like the Chachapoyas, which is in like the north of Peru. And I remember just always telling people about, I'm gonna go there one day, I'm gonna go to Machu Picchu, I'm gonna go and see this country, and I'm gonna help them, and I'm gonna try and volunteer as much as I can and do art workshops and teach out there and anything I can do. And I got to my mid-20s, and I thought, you know, like, maybe I can make this reality. So I saved a lot of money, but every year there would be some sort of reason why it couldn't happen, a financial reason, or my partner couldn't do it. And so it turned into a dream that was never going to happen. It was just a fantasy that maybe I would do it before, like after I have children one day or something like that, when I'm really old. And so I let that dream die for a long time. So that's one reason. It's a big dream. Number two, volunteering. Okay, so volunteering, I believe, and this is my own personal opinion. Everyone else is different, but over the years I've volunteered in quite a few different places. I've volunteered in South Africa, I've volunteered in a few places in England as well, and I've always had best, most authentic experience when I'm learning from other people. They have knowledge to give, and when I'm at service to another person, the appreciation you have only makes you feel richer in yourself. Like, I can't, if you've never volunteered, I recommend it. Like, it's the best thing. And when I do touristy things, there's a part of me that feels kind of guilty, and I don't know why, but I always feel a little bit guilty that I'm only scratching the surface of a country. Like, I'm only seeing the advertised, the commercial version of the country. I'm not understanding the roots of where these people come from, like what they were brought up with, the history, like what that it's like to be around a dinner table. What do they eat? Like, what do they talk about? What makes them laugh? What do they do in their free time? What's their hobbies? Now, these things fascinated me. But for me to go there, all I want to do is appreciate the fact that I can do this, and like all I want to do is really just give back as much as I can. I've learned English as a sole purpose to be able to travel, so if I can teach English, if I can, I know how to work on farms, like I know how to cook, like a pretty alright cook. So if I can do anything, like, yeah, that's it. Why am I getting so upset? Anyway, let's move on. Okay. So number 3 reason why. Okay, let me just sort myself up. Numero 3 is if you are in a position where you have such a strong gut feeling that you want more. You want more for your life, you want change. You have this calling to be somewhere, to go somewhere, to experience something. In my 8-year relationship, I learned to appreciate the relationship and having a slow life and enjoying work and enjoying the relationships I was building at work, enjoying seeing friends and family. And that only started after lockdown, when I had no choice but to slow down and really understand any trauma, any reasons why I wanted to escape. And there were some deep-rooted things from my childhood as to why I wanted to get away all the time. And I worked through that, and I do feel deep down I have worked through that. I knew it wasn't that. Like, I just got to the point where this gut feeling that I worked. So after I finished my studies, qualified as an English language teacher, worked 1 year in a language school, which I'm still at now. I then decided to work abroad. So my first country was Austria, and I had an amazing time, and I was there for 1 week, and I had a weekend there, and I travelled, and I met like random people because I was solo travelling. And I remember how I felt when I went to South Africa in 2015, and this was my first solo travel since 2015, and fast forward to 2023, so all them years, and then all of a sudden I'm again on a plane on my own, and I forgot how much I loved it, how much it lights me up. And I remember being in Austria and writing, and oh my god, like, this is what I need, like, this is what I want, this is, what do I do? The gut feeling was like, you need to go, you need to do this. Like, why YouTube? Why am I YouTubing? Why am I doing this? Number one is that I really want to document every step of the way, give as much as I can. Like, if there's people that want to do this, I want to inspire them to do it as well. I hope that it reaches someone that potentially was in a position I was when I was 17, 18, where I didn't really have anyone else doing it, so I was really worried about doing it myself. I kind of want to learn along the journey, share what I'm learning with you, and vice versa, you know, like, if you can help me or have any advice with this as well, like solo traveling to South America, like, I really love the advice. For me as well, like, I can look back on my videos and how far I've come, and hopefully I leave something behind. Number 2, so I really want to find a way to continue this lifestyle of visiting countries, learning cultures. I don't want it to stop. Like, I really, yeah, I don't know. Like, right now I don't know what the future brings, but like, I want to be in a position where I have the freedom to travel, and I'm really trying at the moment to transition from working in one place to trying to like find a way to make an income online, as so many people are doing nowadays. So I really want to be able to do that. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, so I touched on a few things of what I had to do, or like my situation before, what I had to do to get where I am right now. So obviously I have a CELTA qualification which allows me to teach English abroad. I also have an English language degree, but that's not always necessary. But the other thing that I had to do to get to where I am right now is I had to completely turn my life upside down. So as I say, my gut feeling was screaming at me, and I had to make a decision in my relationship. A very beautiful, like, loving relationship I had to let go. I had to let go of. And I had to end the relationship. I had to let go of a home. We rented a house. It was a 2-bedroom house, it had a garden, it was opposite the gym. We had everything we needed to start life together. And I completely gave it all up. Luckily, I'm very fortunate that with my work they have accommodations here for people that want to learn English. So international students, they stay at the college and they learn English for a week or a couple months, and so there was spare rooms here. So luckily, like, I could talk to my work and get to stay here, and I pay around £400 a month, which in the UK, rent, bills, everything, like, that is like the cheapest you could do. Yeah, so in that case I've had to move into a dorm, which I will show at the end of this video. I'll give you a little tour of my current situation. And what else have I got to do? There's quite a few things I need to do now. So like, I need to get rid of my car. And to be fair, like, it wasn't going to pass its MOT come August. My insurance runs out in May, so, and bless her, like, my car I've had since I was 19, so, and I have to sell things as well, so I've got quite a few things to sell. Luckily, like, when I moved out of the house, I got rid of lots of things and I moved some stuff into storage. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to do that. Anyway, let's move on to some advice. So as I said before about gut feeling, how do you know if maybe this is calling to you? Maybe you want to have a one-way ticket to another country and you want to get hell out of England, and I don't know if it's England or if it's somewhere else in the world, maybe you just want to go, right? If this is something that you want to do, I really want you to sit and get to a space where you sit and you really like sit into your body and you ask yourself, truly, are you doing this to travel and to experience, or is there like something that's pulling you to a country? Or is this more of a feeling of you need to get away from your family, you need to get away from the country, or you need to get away from a relationship, or you need to get away from some sort of trauma, and the only way you can fix that is by having lots of things going on in your life? Like, that's something I really want you to sit, meditate on and think about, because this is something I have worked through a lot. And you know, in my mind I thought there's something wrong with me for a very long time as to why I wanted to travel, why I can't just be happy, why can't I just be in my job that I love, you know, like lots of family and friends. Why do I have this pull? Like, there must be something like wrong up here, like there must be something I haven't worked through, that's why I want to escape. And they only learnt that when it was in lockdown. Now, I could go on about this all day, so if you really want me to unpack this and talk about this more in future videos, like, let me know. Anything else? Yes, the internet is so influential nowadays, and it's just something to bear in mind. If you're seeing lots of videos of travel, you're seeing someone having a nice car, or you're seeing someone like something materialistic that you want, right? Or you think that you want, because they look happy and they look great in that video and everything's sunshine and roses, right? If you ever make a big decision, is really disconnect from that, because that can have a massive influence on your decision making. You don't know whether it's just because you've been watching all these videos and you don't know whether it's just they're selling this snippet and you're romanticising it in your head. I just say, just be careful. Like, where has the inspiration come from? Has it come from videos? Has it come from content? Has it come from like advertisement or someone selling something? You know, like really ask yourself truly, like, what do I want? What fills me? It's just something to bear in mind. And it's kind of hypocritical because, like, here I am vlogging into a camera giving advice about what you want to do with travel. This is just my experience, so take it as you will. Like, whatever you get from this, maybe you don't get anything at all. I don't know. But anyway, there's just something to bear in mind. I see kids nowadays and they're just so addicted to their phones. They're wanting all these things because so-and-so's got it on their phone, or someone's like, this influencer has it. And it's just, yeah, really tap into your life and what truly lights you up inside. Then finally, I'm gonna go into my plan. This is my rough plan of volunteering. Okay, so I get a flight from England, say I'm over here, all the way to Lima, Peru. This is meant to be Peru, it's my map, okay? I've drawn this, don't judge me. Anyway, so here there is a surf place that I will show you on the screen, hopefully, if my editing skills is good. There's a surf place and it seems like there's a really nice guy who owns it and needs some help with his surf place and selling surf lessons. So I thought maybe I could stay here for a little bit, for 2 weeks. Now I'm going to arrive there on the 23rd of April, so my only thing that I want to do really for me is hike Machu Picchu for my birthday, which is the 16th of May. So I'm thinking of being here for 2 weeks. From Lima, flight to Cusco. Then from Cusco, I'll show you in the next video because it's a little bit complicated. And then after that, after my adventure with Machu Picchu, and maybe I'll go back to Cusco to explore the city. I've got maybe here volunteer at hostel, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, like, maybe exploring this area, but there is very projects I want to go to. So I could potentially go here, which is being an English teacher, which is about 3 hours away from Lima, for at least 2 weeks in Chincha. Yeah, I get to teach English there and volunteer. And then there's this one in Qualabamba, which is an art academy for children, and you volunteer there and you help the children with all different arts and probably language, and that's about 4 hours away from Cusco. And then there's another one that I liked, which was a farm and mountain work near Machu Picchu, and this one I really liked, which is a community project for 1 month minimum, and it was about 15 hours from Lima. And this one was like really, yeah, like doing loads of community projects, which is just something like, I read the description, I read the reviews, like it just seems like a place I have a bit of a calling to. But my big callings are over here. So Tarapoto, I might need to do a border run because obviously the border is like, you can only stay in the country for 90 days. But I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. But anywho, in Tarapoto, this is where there is a permaculture medicinal place in the jungle. So you learn about permaculture, you help them on the farm, and there's another farming project here as well. Really like this one. Anyway, from Tarapoto, you have over here, it's called Chachapoya, which is a part of the country that I've been fascinated with for so long. So this is just a very interesting historical site that I really want to visit. So yeah, so like that's my plan. And then you have Ecuador, but there's also a really nice place I want to go to in Costa Rica, I want to end up, which is a conscious vegan farm here, which is a shamanic like yoga healing farm. So I hope to help there as well. So yeah, that is about as far as I've got with my plan. That's it. Who knows what will happen. Okay, so this is the plan that Oliver was telling me. So here's Cusco here. So apparently you arrive in Cusco and then you can get a bus from Cusco, which will be like around 5 to 6 hours apparently, to this place. What he said he did was this. So you get the bus and okay, so the bus apparently stops here, which is called Hydro Electronica. Here is where you get the train all the way around, very scenic route to Aguas Calientes. But for me, I want to do it the cheapest way possible, but also I want to hike without going in a tour group. So what he's done and what I'm going to do is get dropped off here, and then from here walk all along the train tracks. I don't know if you can see these little tracks here. Go all around here and get to Aguas Calientes, stay there for 1 night, and then hike Machu Picchu. You can see this little trail going up to the mountain. So yeah, that's my plan. Okay, so let's move on to my living situation and I'll give you a little tour, starting off with the back door. So, as you can see here, I have an outside area, which I can show you here. It leads outside. I have a little patio bit. Here's outside. The camera quality is not going to be great because it doesn't pick up the dark that well. But here we go. So, moving into my room. Here is my pile of laundry. Very nice. Up here, we have the top bunk that I don't use. All I use this for is my stuff. Here's my backpack that I'm going to take to South America. It was given to me by one of my work colleagues. Yeah, so that was for free. Anyways, so that's that. Some other bits and pieces. And then some fairy lights. This is my bed. And then moving over, this is just lots of things. Books, things like this. This is Auntie Jackie, that was my host in South Africa. And she's passed now. And I always said I was going to see her one day, but I never did. But I love cooking with her, and she was the best person. Move my candle. Yeah, there she is. Gorgeous. And there's my sister and my little niece and nephews. Anyways, I've got a nice long mirror there. Some junk. My back door. My sink with all my things. There's me. And my towel. And this is my room tour. And maybe let's have a look outside, shall we? So, this is the corridor of the halls. Very nice. I'll show you quickly. So this is our like communal kitchen. I share with students. We have bathrooms there, shower. So I've got a bathroom and a shower. And down this corridor, we've got the toilet. There we go. The back here. There is my car down there. There she is, little Doris. That's my car's name. So anyway, I might show you Doris tomorrow morning. I'll give you a little tour of Doris. Mainly just for me, because I want to have some memories of my car before she goes. So yeah, this is me. Oh, and 23. It's weird that my door is called 23, as that is the day that I am flying to Peru. So there we go. I hope you've liked this video. If you liked it and you want to follow me along the road, I'm going to document, I'm going to do another video 1 month to go and see what plans I have then and like what I'm going to do then, and then I'm going to document like my first volunteer experience. And yeah, I'm just going to take you along with me, and maybe just let me know if you want me to talk about something and you've liked this video but I didn't go into much depth about something and you really want me to talk about it more. Just comment and let me know and I'll do a video about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.